Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's look is going to be this neutral, natural, smoky eye. This is a perfect daytime look that can be easily transitioned into a nighttime look if you're going out later on in the evening. So let's just jump right into it. I'm going to get started with the Morphe Brushes 35W palette, and I'm using this orange shade as a transition color, just buffing that right into my crease, very messy, just to make sure that all the colors that I use later on get blended really seamlessly. And I'm going to be doing the exact same thing with this pink shade just to give it a little more depth and warmth. Next, I'm going to go in with this mid-tone brown shade with a more defined, precise shader brush and putting that in the upper part of my crease. And once I feel like I've gotten all the product off of my brush, I start bringing it more in toward the inner corner so that it's a really soft transition. And then with no additional product, I'm going in with a fluffy brush just to make sure that all of my harsh edges do not stay harsh edges. Next, to deepen up that crease area, I'm taking this shade from the palette. I would compare this to Max Embark if you have that shade, and I'm using a soft angle liner brush just to apply that into the crease and then sweep it upward. And once I've got that to my desired deepness, I guess you would say, I'm using a fluffy brush with no additional product just to blend that out, and I'm being careful not to bring that down onto the lid. I'm blending it upward. And then with my original blending brush with no additional product, just doing a lot more blending to make sure that everything is seamless and smooth. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to be going in with this really soft matte vanilla shade and really lightly sweeping that onto the lid. This isn't a very intense application of a lid color. I'm just making it really soft so that I don't have any other colors showing through. Then I'm going to be going in with that same color that I used in my crease and apply it to my lower lash line with that soft angle liner brush, and then buff it out with the other transition colors that we use, just to make sure that whatever we have on the top is replicated on the bottom to make this a very smoky and blown out look. But since we're using very light colors, it's not going to be too dramatic for the daytime. Next, I'm going to be carving out my brows with a bit of concealer. And then once I have that applied, I just go in with a matte vanilla shade and set it. And then I like to very lightly and softly clean up my edges so that I don't have any harsh lines. Next, I'm going in with this extremely shimmery highlighting shade to highlight my inner corner. This is the very first color in the Jaclyn Hill Favorites palette. And then I go in and with that exact same shade and very lightly highlight just the arch of my eyebrow. Then I'm going to be going in with a very soft black eyeshadow and apply some eyeliner, but it's very, very soft. I'm getting it as close to my lash line as I possibly can so that I don't have a harsh line, but I still have that desired thickness to my eyelashes that I'm going to need. This is going to make sure that your eyelashes look a lot more full without having to apply false eyelashes. And then to make sure that I don't have any harsh lines with my liner, I just go in with a fluffy brush and blend it out. Then I'm just going to quickly apply some mascara. I do a couple of coats when I'm not applying false lashes, and they're going to look nice and thick and fluffy. For the face, I've already applied my base, so I'm just going to go in and bronze with a big fluffy brush, and this is I believe it's by L'Oreal. It's the same one that I always use. I'll go ahead and link it in the description box below. And with this big brush, I'm just going to go into the hollows of my cheeks, my temples, and around the edges of my forehead to make sure that I bring a little more life back to my face. Everything's flat once you've applied your foundation and your concealer, and I just want to make sure that I look a little more alive when I finish this look. After I finish my bronzer, I just go in with my powder foundation brush and blend everything out to make sure that it doesn't get too muddy. And I don't have any product on that brush. I just wanted to go through and make sure everything was blended. Then with this Morphe Brushes contour brush, I go in with that exact same bronzing shade and just bring a little bit more depth to the hollows of my cheeks so I get a little bit more of a contour without it being too harsh. Since we bronzed first, it really helps the blending process with this step. Then I go in and just make sure that that's all blended out. Okay, I know, this blush color, don't freak out. It's super bright, but we're only taking a tiny, tiny bit of it. I'm applying this to the apples of my cheeks and blending backward just to kind of give a little bit more of a glow and a little more warmth to the face, but like I said, super light-handed with this. And then with the powder foundation brush, just blending it all out. So you can barely see it, it just brings that little bit of a peachy glow. Then I'm going in with the ColourPop Cosmetics highlighter in the shade Lunch Money. It's super glowy, super pretty, and just applying that with my finger to the tops of my cheekbones to bring even more of that glow. This has kind of a funny texture. You'll have to play with it, but it gives a really, really beautiful highlight to the cheekbones. And when I'm feeling in the mood for it, sometimes I put a little bit to the bridge of my nose, but there's no rhyme or reason to why I put it on my nose. Sometimes I feel like it, sometimes I don't. And then for the lips, I applied this NYX, what's it called? The Butter Lipstick, I believe. And as soon as I applied it, I didn't really like how it went with this look, so I just blended it out with my finger for a stained effect, and then I applied the LA Girl Glazed Lip Paint in the shade Lewd to the top, and that completed this look. I really hope you guys enjoyed this look as much as I enjoyed creating it for you. It, I think, is perfect for the office job that I have. It's really beautiful for daytime, a daytime smoky kind of look, and it can really easily be transitioned into a nighttime look if you're going out after work. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!